If you are watching this video, it's because I have wanted you to hear about the Beauty Counter mission and the Beauty Counter message, so thank you for sitting through it. Last September, a really good friend of mine introduced me to Beauty Counter, and I quickly realized that I didn't know what I didn't know. I love yoga, I love Pure Barre, I run, I eat very healthily. Most of my friends do too. I use a French press for coffee so that I will have a low environmental impact in the morning, because coffee is one of these things that produces all this waste. We do all of this work to keep our bodies healthy and to keep the environment healthy. We use organic products, we try to eat organic food, but then we use these products every day that are very literally toxic, and we use them on the largest organ we have, and that's our skin. I'm a nurse. You take medication through your skin. We apply transdermal medication on a regular basis. It matters. What you're putting on your skin matters. I have a doctorate that was essentially focused on analyzing the validity of research, and I can tell you with confidence that there are good studies out there that show that what you put on your skin does enter your bloodstream. It does get absorbed into your organs. There are strong studies looking at the level of petroleum in women's reproductive organs. They studied that by analyzing tissue that they procured during cesarean sections. When you use products that contain petroleum, and trust me, you have your whole life, whether you know it or not, that petroleum gets embedded into your tissue. So it matters. And here's what Beauty Counter found out and what we're doing about it. In the United States, we trust our government. Just like you, I always thought when I used a lotion or a wash on my face or on my baby, of course this is regulated and it's deemed safe. That's what the FDA does. They don't. The most comparable market to the United States is the European Union, which bans over 1,400 ingredients from their skin and their beauty products. When Beauty Counter started, the United States banned 11. 11. Because of the work of Beauty Counter, we're now up to about 30. Our CEO, Greg Renfrew, saw the movie An Inconvenient Truth years ago, and she decided that she was going to do something about our environmental abuse and our issues. Her prime objective when she started was environmental health, but the more she learned, the more it became about human health, and that is how Beauty Counter was born. Originally, the line was created for Nordstrom. The products are very high-end, they're very luxurious. She joined forces with Christy Coleman, who got her start with Kevin Aucoin. This is an artist who's worked with Alessandra D'Ambrosio, Giselle Bundchen, Heidi Klum, Carly Klaus, Miranda Carr. Greg and Christy Coleman created the line literally to prove that it could be done, that we could produce an entire line that was 100% safe. There's a list of about 1,600 products or ingredients that we are never allowed to use in our products. We call it our never list. When they set out to create the company, they said, we want you to create this luxury high-end line that would rival department store lines, but you're not allowed to use any of these 1,500 ingredients, and the products have to perform. And they insisted that the products had to have a payout that was the same or better as a high-end artist quality product. And they were told they were nuts and that it couldn't be done, but they did it. And now we have these luxurious products that boast literally the highest transparency in the business. As the line developed, Greg realized that person-to-person sales are really the only way to get this education out there, because when people hear the story, they want to tell it. The jar can't speak for itself sitting on a department store shelf. Greg is actually the first to admit that when the person-to-person or MLM model was suggested to her, she actually said, hell no. And when those people sort of explained, that the message is best told person-to-person, she started to get it. And she says now, as women, when we lock arms or when we decide to do something, we move mountains. And it's been this person-to-person method of sales and advocacy that has allowed us to do that. She named us Beauty Counter more than as a little play on walking up to a traditional beauty counter. It indicates that we're running counter to the industry. We're the counterpoint to an unregulated and unsafe industry. We are proving that it can be done and that it can be done well. The products have been sold in J.Crew on Gwyneth Paltrow's website Goop, and our new head of product development just came to us from the same position at Chanel Paris. The product that he developed for us sold out in less than 12 hours. Because of Beauty Counter, I have learned that the United States has not passed a single piece of legislation to regulate what goes onto our skin and in our makeup products since 1938. Since then, at least 80% of our products have never been tested for safety and human health. And we're talking tens of thousands of products developed since that time that have never been tested for how they will affect you and your family's health. The terms pure, plant-based, and especially natural mean absolutely nothing, and they're defined by the companies themselves because the industry is really self-regulated. The FDA has written exactly 2 pages of law that govern a multi-billion-dollar industry that directly and seriously impacts our health. This is scary. When you read natural on a label, it means absolutely nothing. And I was one of those people that I used plant-based, I used organic, I used natural. But we have no idea where those products were sourced from. We have no idea how they were developed, and we definitely have no idea what's in them. Fragrance is a really important word. You can look on an ingredient label and see all of the ingredients, and maybe they're plant-based things, but at the end there will be the word fragrance. And fragrance within the beauty industry is a proprietary secret. It's called a trade secret, or they call it a trade secret. So you can put anything at all in your fragrance and you don't have to disclose it, and that's what all of these companies are doing. I don't think that all of them are being malicious. I don't think that all of these companies are like, ooh, let's put lead in our eyeshadow and not tell anybody. It's really not that simple. It's about sourcing, and it's about what they're using that maybe they don't even know that they don't know. The average woman uses about 12 products before she even leaves the bathroom, and I myself, I'm sure I use more than that. This is an average person. Those products are legally allowed to contain substances that have been scientifically proven to be linked to cancer, ADHD, depression, allergies, asthma. I have a few of those things. Environmental Defense Canada released a study in 2011 that showed 49 very popular cosmetic products contained heavy metals, and the heavy metals were not listed on the labels. Among the companies with heavy metals, and we're talking about chemicals like lead and arsenic in their products, were my old favorite, Laura Mercier, MAC, L'Oreal, Mary Kay, Sephora brand. Because of Beauty Counter, I've become deeply informed about the threats to my health, my daughter's health, environmental health. A few weeks in, I walked around my house with a trash bag and the Never List, and I threw away over 2/3 of my family's and my products. And so now I'm bringing the message to you, because I've locked arms with other women, other moms who identified a problem and were doing something about it. My friend Megan texted me in September saying that she had just joined this company and she was so excited about it, and she offered me to look through her products, and she knows now that I completely rolled my eyes and almost threw the phone across the room, because I thought, oh no, not another friend trying to sell me something. We have all been there, where we have this one friend who beats down our door on Facebook about this latest opportunity and this exciting, amazing opportunity, and you just want to kill her because you don't want to sell Tupperware. So about a month later, I was in Target and I saw a Beauty Counter display. We did a partnership with Target last October, I think, where they did sort of travel sizes of our stuff just to introduce it to people. And it was genius, because I texted her and I said, hey, isn't this your stuff? I was really impressed by the aesthetics and the packaging and by what I was reading on the label. I was giving it a minute because I was on Target and it wasn't the friend beating down my door on Facebook. So I allowed her to talk to me a little bit about the mission, and I was pretty intrigued, and she sent me a few products. And the little I tried really impressed me, so I started reading more about Greg, about Beauty Counter, about the regulation of the industry, and the rest is history. I'm now completely sold out to Beauty Counter. It has replaced everything in our house. I had thought so many times when I hug Frasier or hold her, should she be coming into contact with what's on my face? Or I use a product on her and think, is this really what's best for her? Even products that we as Americans have trusted for our babies for generations. It's stuff that was used on us, on our parents. We're seeing warnings and seeing recalls on that now. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling to know that if she comes into contact with what's on my face, if I rub my face on hers, or if I put something in the bathtub with her, it's safe for her. It's 100% safe. It's only secondary that my skin looks the best it ever has and that everything going on my face is top notch. I love the products, but that's secondary to how safe they are and how good that feels. Beauty Counter is different. It's not your friends taking advantage of your friendship to make $1. It's a movement. They say it's more than makeup, it's a movement. Since I joined the mission in October, I've seen firsthand that this is a group of impassioned, classy, visionary women who are changing the country. It's truly in a class by itself, and I'm really proud of it. We are a B corporation, which means that to keep that rating, we have to be making a significant contribution and a positive impact on society with very clearly defined goals, and we do exactly that. One of my favorite examples of our work is how we handle powder products like your blush and your eyeshadow. You probably don't know that in the United States, it's unheard of to screen for heavy metals in our eyeshadow, like in our bronzer or our blush. There are things that are in the heavy metals that we're talking about are lead, arsenic, mercury, aluminum, things that, like, if you read that on a baby food jar, or if you read that on a label, you would never ever use it. These are things that you would never allow in your home or in your water supply, yet we willingly put them on our faces every single day. These are substances that we know are linked to cancer, to developmental and reproductive issues, toxicity, environmental damage. There was a study conducted by UC Berkeley researchers that shows that there are dangerous toxic elements in lipstick like cadmium, which is linked to renal failure. And it's something that you're putting on your mouth every single day. And the reason that you don't know that these things are in your products are because there is no regulation or requirement for anyone to tell you so. Consumers have no way of knowing that these things are in our products. Beauty Counter has committed to creating products that are free of those substances, and you know exactly where our ingredients are sourced from and what's being used in the product. My favorite success story with Beauty Counter is my Aunt Tara. She had a serious allergy issue where she was getting rashes on her face. Her face was really red and raw. And she jumped kind of from brand to brand like we all do, trying to find something that would treat her face and care for her skin, and makeup that would feel good and not cause a reaction. I used to work for Bobbi Brown when I was in my early 20s. I'm a known beauty product enthusiast, so I made suggestion after suggestion to her to fix her inflamed skin, her raw skin, and the only line that worked for her is Beauty Counter. And this was before I got involved, so she's like, oh, I'm using this stuff that my friend sold me, and I was like, great. But from day one, she's had no more issues, and she will never look back, and now that I know too, neither will I. This is an education-first, mission-driven skincare company that, as a clinician, as a mother, as an informed and passionate activist, I'm very thrilled to be a part of. So thank you for hearing me out. The next step that I want to give you is we talk about what you're running out of right now. There's got to be like a shampoo that you need, or a face lotion that you need, or a baby wash that you need, or a face wash that you need. Let's use that one product that you're running out of, that you're about to replace. Instead of replacing it with what you would normally get, let's replace it with a Beauty Counter product, so you can see firsthand how great the products are, and now you know about our testing, our sourcing, our transparency, and I think that you will fall in love with it too. So I can't wait to talk to you about your skin and makeup routine and get safer products into your hands too. Thank you all so much.